Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Blake here and I'm back with another video of weekly music related YouTube content. So this one's a vlog and it's for the guitarists, and I'm going to talk about 5 useful online resources I've used and that you can use for learning guitar and different kind of musical concepts. So a few disclaimers are needed. Firstly, this is not exhaustive. There are loads and loads of resources out there online, in books, if you're hiring guitar teachers, whatever, and whatever works for you is certainly the thing you should go for. Secondly, some of the things I'll mention are paid for. You either pay once and then you get access to whatever the site is or the course, or some of them are on a monthly basis. And so because of that, I'm not going to show you exactly inside the systems and once you've paid for it, because if there's a paywall, there's likely copyright associated with it. So I'm going to talk about the courses and tell you a little bit about them and my experience of them, but I'm not going to show you exactly what's in a video because I'll get in trouble for it. And finally, just to say that all the links you need to all the ones I mentioned are below, and I've ordered them from very beginning guitarists to getting more advanced kind of concepts. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so first up is someone who I'm sure you'll be aware of if you play guitar or have started to play guitar. He's very well known. It's Justin from justinguitar.com. So I strongly recommend, if you're a beginner guitarist especially, or moving to intermediate, that sort of level, going and checking out Justin's stuff. He goes through everything. There are thousands and thousands of lessons online. It's actually free to make an account on justinguitar.com, so you can go through and check out most of the free lessons. I think there's more than 2,000 free lessons. So how that works is there's actually a donation system, and if you want to donate to Justin, it's a great thing to do. He obviously makes lessons for guitarists regardless of their sort of financial situation. So there are some lessons which you pay for, but like I say, there's so many on there. There's thousands of free lessons, starting out from the beginnings, getting the fundamentals down, moving up into more kind of advanced scales and chord extensions, that sort of thing, and then going into specific styles, so you can go through like funk, jazz, blues, whatever, all that sort of stuff, and covering the fundamentals. It's really useful. It's free for most of the lessons, like I said, and Justin's a great teacher. He goes very slowly and clearly through everything. Not only that, but if you like kind of learning guitar whilst you're on your phone or a tablet or whatever, there's an app as well. He's got a Justin Guitar app, and he's got books as well. So here's a couple as examples. So here's a kind of fundamental beginners course, and then a fundamental kind of intermediate guitars course. I don't know if he's since made an advanced one, but I bought these quite a while ago. I found them to be really useful. They've got very clear kind of diagrams, and that links very well into his online course. So all of his courses online have clear videos. So therefore, I strongly recommend, if you are a beginner or intermediate guitarist, or even if you're a more advanced guitarist but you're filling in some gaps in your knowledge, to go and check out Justin and his website. It's so useful. Thousands of people have been through it. Lots of great lessons on there, and he's starting to put more advanced lessons on there too. So lots and lots to check out, and it'll keep you busy for a long time. If not, and you prefer the books, that's an option, as is the app. Okay, so second on the list, we've got the courses given by Paul Davids. If you don't know Paul Davids, he is a quite famous YouTube guitarist. He's got a couple of million subscribers now, and it's easy to see why. So his videos are really high quality, and he's a really good guitarist and guitar teacher. And he's actually kind of moved this on to his guitar courses. So he's got 4 courses out. There is Learn, Practice, Play, which is a kind of beginner's course. There's Next Level Playing, which is kind of more intermediate, where he brings a few more different kind of a little bit more advanced ideas into it. There's Acoustic Adventure, where it's entirely based towards acoustic playing, you know, fingerstyle playing, introducing different elements, backbeats, that sort of thing. Really great for acoustic guitarists. And then there is a new one, which is a looping school. What I'd say is, I've not done the looping school, but I've done the other 3. So they are a little bit more expensive. So they are a one-off payment, and then you get kind of lifetime access to the courses. So definitely have a think about them before purchasing. They are $199 each for the first 3, and the loop one I think is a bit cheaper, it's $129. And hopefully for people that are yet to take on any of the courses, Paul might put out maybe like a bundle eventually, so it becomes kind of affordable to do all of his courses together. But I definitely recommend them. They are laid out really well. The kind of notes that he adds to each lesson that you can kind of scroll through are great. There's downloadable PDFs that you can use for each one. You can print off if you need to do that and you want to kind of read through the lessons when you're outside of being on a device or a computer, that sort of thing. And of course he's made a video for each one. So in each of the lessons, what is a common theme with what Paul does, which is really clever, is not only teaching you, let's say, a scale, but then putting it into an exercise and playing that exercise both fast and slow to show you how it sounds and showing you how you can use the thing he's just taught you how to use. Really useful, really enjoy the courses, and if you like watching Paul's videos, you will definitely be a fan. I can really recommend them. So once you've paid and have been accepted onto the course, he's got dedicated social media groups where people chat about things they found to be useful or maybe they're confused about on the course, and you can get help there. And they also put up videos of their performances, things they're practicing based on the courses. So it's really good. It's great for networking with other musicians, and it's a great way of kind of bringing guitarists together whilst you're learning. So yeah, I'd strongly recommend Paul David's courses on playing guitar. Okay, so number 3 is again a kind of famous YouTuber and something they're selling, but it's not directly about playing guitar, but it is useful for any guitarists out there, especially if you want to record music and especially if you want to release music. So Mary Spender is a very well-known guitarist. She's got fantastic videos. They're amazingly well edited, and she does a lot of interviewing famous musicians. She does her own performances, she rates gear, she does everything you can think about related to guitar and performance. She's got a couple of courses out you should definitely check out, and she's teamed up with Rachel K Collier. So Rachel Collier is a kind of Ableton whiz. She knows loads of stuff about it. She's worked with the company to make a lot of fantastic different kind of samples that you can download and different kind of tracks that they've come out with, and they've got actually 2 courses now together, but I've only done the first one. But they've got courses together where they talk about going through Ableton and how to kind of go from absolutely nothing, go from scratch and build up your music recording. So that might be putting recording elements in, adding samples, changing different things related to, you know, how the sound works and working on kind of sound engineering processes. It's super useful, it's really in depth, and it's a great way they've presented it because Rachel is kind of teaching Mary and we're learning alongside her, and they track through every part of making a song. So adding kind of digital instruments, recording yourself playing, kind of making edits to the tracks and adding whatever kind of effects you want to add to kind of bring out the sound you're looking for. I think it's super useful for anyone, even if you are kind of at the early stage of learning guitar, because obviously a big thing is recording and listening back to it. And I also want to point to Mary's other course. She's got a course which is about something which I've recently released a video on. So I recently released a video about my latest single and what I learned from kind of promoting it and releasing it as an independent artist. And Mary Spender actually has another course which goes into this quite well. So it's only $18 and it's about being an independent musician and how to kind of prepare your music for successful releases, how to build up an audience to listen to your music, how to get some traction. So once you kind of learn guitar and you start writing things, you want to record them, and once you have the knowledge from, for instance, their Ableton course on how to record them, then thinking about releasing this. So these 2 courses I can strongly recommend. They cover both recording and going from a completely empty slate to building up a kind of finished song or album or whatever ready to release using Ableton. And they also go through, in Mary's other course, a kind of step-by-step guide to a release as an independent artist and putting out your own music. Really fantastic stuff, and it's a little bit lateral from the core learning guitar, but is really useful for anyone looking to do that sort of thing. A final mention, I'm not really into this personally, but they've got a separate course, so both Mary and Rachel together, which is using Ableton for live performances. So definitely useful things to check out if those are of interest to you. Okay, so in number 4 we're getting back to learning guitar, and this one's a little bit more advanced, but it's really useful. So this is the kind of resources and sort of a course as well that's been put out there by Beato. Again, if you watch music related content on YouTube, then you'll probably know Rick. He's quite a famous YouTuber for doing music related content, especially related to guitar. He does a lot of song breakdowns, which are really interesting, where he goes into like famous songs that have been released and what specifically makes them great, looking at the kind of sound engineering qualities, looking at different elements you might not pick out if you're just kind of casually listening to them. And for a long time he's done what's called a Beato book. So Rick has been an advanced guitar player playing jazz and all that sort of stuff for decades, and he's made a long time ago a book which has like 500 pages in, and it covers basically everything. It covers loads of advanced theory, it covers different chord shapes, it covers things like kind of different music theory concepts, scales, triads, that sort of thing. Loads and loads of stuff. I'd say that although there is some kind of fundamental understanding in there, at least I have a version of the book which is about a year old now. I don't have the most latest one, but what I'd say is it's better to come to it maybe as a more advanced player, because then you kind of already have a bit of an understanding of the concepts, and the new things he introduces can be taken on board a bit easier, but that's just my interpretation. He updates the book every year to add new concepts in, make it more readable, and often takes kind of feedback for it. And he's got a new course now which is a bundle, so as well as the book which is like 500 pages of all this content, he's also got some videos which kind of guide you through all these things. I haven't seen the videos, but I can only assume based on the kind of fantastic YouTube videos he makes, he'll kind of make everything much clearer, and it'll be a great way to move through it. And there's a information booklet that comes with it as well, which will explain some of the other concepts. It's a one-off payment of $99, or I think you can pay it in 3 if you wanted to. So again, it's a useful place to go if you're maybe like an intermediate to advanced kind of guitarist, you want to learn some new things, you want to learn some new fundamental kind of music theory / fundamental guitar concepts that are getting a little bit more advanced, but nevertheless can be taught by someone who's got a lot of experience in playing guitar and a lot of experience in teaching people and making videos about it as well. So at number 4 is the Beato book / the Beato book bundle. Okay, and finally we're at number 5. Now again, like I've said in some of these other ones, this resource has some more basic stuff in there, but it also has up to really advanced stuff, so I'd say come along to it when you're an intermediate / advanced guitarist. I have become completely obsessed with this website, it's amazing. So the website, you may have seen it advertised because I've seen it on a few of my different social media feeds. It's pickupmusic.com. So Pickup Music is an online platform which has lots and lots of different courses on there. All of them kind of stand alone, so you can kind of search for whatever you want. So for instance, songwriting or working in a specific genre like funk or jazz or reggae, or things like learning to sight read music, or things like learning to solo or improvise. Whatever you want to search for, they've covered a vast array of things to learn on the guitar. It's fantastically kind of edited. There's a lot of videos. Every kind of lesson has a video, has a PDF download booklet related to it. And what I really like is the lessons are taught by different teachers. So there are a few, like Sam Blakelock, I think is quite a well-known guitarist, and he's part of Pickup Music and he teaches a lot of the courses. But there's loads of courses where they've invited teachers in to kind of give the lessons because they know they'll be authoritative in the area. They give really clear lessons, they give really clear videos. It's really helpful, and I love this because the site remembers where you are. You can go back, you can kind of, revisit old lessons, you can jump between lessons if you want to learn a few different things. You can focus on things. I'm just going to learn jazz and I'll do the 4 courses on jazz, whatever. There's so much to take from it, and it's a really great resource. It's a monthly payment, so you can get 14 days for free, or it's $15 per month, which I actually think is really good value when you consider the cost of what a guitar teacher would be, especially for advanced guitar teachings. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it, can't recommend it enough. Okay, thank you very much for watching. That was my list of 5 online resources, which includes online guitar courses for learning guitar and learning different musical concepts. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please let me know. Please like the video and comment. And if you use other resources that you found really useful, whether that's online or otherwise, please let me know. How do you learn guitar? How do you get out of a rut when you're playing? I'd really like to know in case I need that inspiration, and often finding these websites is a fantastic way to do that. If you enjoyed it, all the links you need to all of those resources are down in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, thanks very much. I do videos more or less every single week, and I do them on different music related things. So I not only do vlogs like this where I can talk about things that are helpful for musicians and guitarists, I do my own guitar lessons in case you like learning on guitar on YouTube, and I've done a few beginner lessons that you can check out. I do my own songs, I do covers, I do gag reels, I promote local music, I do loads and loads of different stuff, and I'm really trying to mix it up. So if you're into music related content, please consider clicking the subscribe and notification bell buttons. Then you'll get notified every time I do a new video, which is about once a week or so. Thanks very much, and take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.